was silent. Not the comfortable quiet of an empty office. The tense quiet that settles in when something impossible appears on a screen and no one knows what to say. Rows of monitors illuminated the dim chamber deep beneath a government facility. Antarctica filled the largest display. A frozen continent glowing pale blue under layers of satellite-imagined data. An analyst leaned closer to the console. "Director, you need to see this." Director Halvorsen stepped forward. "What am I looking at?" The analyst pointed to a pulsing distortion buried beneath the Antarctic ice sheet. "Subsurface energy surge detected 3 minutes ago." Halvorsen studied the data. "How deep?" "Approximately 3 kilometers." The analyst zoomed in. The shape beneath the ice became visible again. The massive ring structure first detected in the 1950s, 20 kilometers across, ancient, perfectly symmetrical. And now, it was glowing. Not with light, but with energy. The readings fluctuated in strange patterns that the system struggled to interpret. Gravitational anomalies, electromagnetic distortions, temporal variance spikes. Halvorsen's voice remained calm, but his eyes hardened. "It's active." Naomi was still studying the Q archive when Elias's voice suddenly cut through the call. "Naomi, what?" I believe Halvorsen was correct. "About what?" "The lock failing." Elias turned his monitor toward the camera. A live satellite feed appeared. Antarctica. A cluster of red warning indicators blinked across the screen. Naomi frowned. "What am I looking at?" "Energy fluctuations beneath the ice. How strong?" Elias checked the readings again. His expression darkened. "Stronger than anything recorded since the lock protocol began." Naomi's stomach tightened. "That means the fracture is reacting." As if on cue, Naomi's monitors flickered. Just for a second. Her servers hummed louder as data streams updated rapidly. Another anomaly alert appeared, then another, and another. Historical records began shifting again. But this time, the changes weren't subtle. Entire news articles vanished, new headlines appeared. Naomi watched one story rewrite itself in real time. She whispered, "Oh no, what changed?" Elias asked. Naomi refreshed the page. Her voice was barely steady. "It's not just the past." "What do you mean?" "The future changed." Elias froze. Naomi turned the screen towards him. A brand new headline from a major international science journal appeared. Dated 6 months from now, Antarctic structure breach confirmed. Elias stared at it. "That article shouldn't exist." "I know." Naomi opened the metadata. The timestamp confirmed it. The article had been published in a future that had not yet happened. Her voice dropped to a whisper. "We're seeing the timeline where the lock fails." Far below the frozen surface where sunlight had never reached, the ancient structure pulsed again. The massive ring embedded in the bedrock vibrated softly. A ripple spread outward through space-time itself, invisible but measurable, and something beyond the fracture felt it, across a distance that could not be measured in miles or light years. Something became aware. The fracture widened by a fraction of a millimeter. For the first time in thousands of years, something moved on the other side, back in the control room. An alarm suddenly blared. The analyst jumped. "What happened?" Halvorsen demanded. The technician stared at the screen in disbelief. "Director, the anomaly spike just doubled." "How?" "We don't know." Another analyst spoke up. "Sir, we just detected something else." Halvorsen turned. "What?" The analyst zoomed in on the energy signature. The pulsing pattern shifted, then repeated again. Halvorsen frowned. "That's not random." "No, sir." The analyst swallowed. "It's structured." Halvorsen leaned closer. "Structured how?" The technician ran a quick signal analysis. The computer translated the pattern into something human eyes could recognize. A repeating sequence. 3 pulses, pause. 3 pulses, pause. 3 pulses. Halvorsen felt a cold realization settle in his chest. It's a signal. The analyst nodded slowly. Yes, sir. Halvorsen asked the question none of them wanted answered. Is it coming from the fracture? The technician shook his head. No. Then where? The room fell silent because the signal wasn't coming through the fracture. It was coming from the other side. Naomi watched the anomaly alerts stack across her monitors. Elias, yes? The future timeline is changing again. What does it say now? She refreshed the article. The headline had updated. Her voice trembled slightly as she read it.
A first contact event confirmed following Antarctic breach. Naomi slowly leaned back in her chair. The monolith system was trying to repair the lock. Future humanity was sending instructions backward through time. The fracture beneath Antarctica was beginning to open, and something on the other side had just sent a signal. Naomi whispered the only question that mattered now. What if they're not trying to break in? Elias finished the thought quietly. What if they're trying to get out? Outside, thunder rolled across the sky again, and somewhere beneath the Antarctic ice, the fracture widened just a little more.